Greetings, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to my video. I am Alan Westcote and I am here to introduce an exciting new board game product to you. The product is called Maze of Monsters, Flee, Fight, or Friend. It is a fantasy adventure board game designed mostly for families to play together, especially families with young children. I have many components to this game. First of all, I have some hero gear mat for the heroes that you play in the game. So these mats will be used to show gear that the hero is carrying, for example on the body, perhaps body armor or some special robe. The game has 4 kinds of heroes. Here I have hero cards. Each of the hero cards is double-sided so that there is a male hero on one side and a female hero on the other. So players simply choose one and leave the picture they like best face up. The 4 kinds of heroes are warrior, wizard, worshipper, and wanderer. Heroes are defined by 6 features. These features include fence, which is physical fighting ability, fend, which is physical protection ability, friend, which is friendliness and ability to get people to like the hero, fleet, which is movement ability, flame, which is magic ability, and fit, which is health. Not all heroes in the game have all 6 of the features. In fact, the worshipper is the only hero in the game to have all 6 features. For example, the wanderer and the warrior have no flame feature, so they cannot use magic at all. So I choose my hero, and I take a hero gear mat, and I'm going to get the hero standee right here. If you're playing a solo game, you can choose 3 or 4 heroes to play. In a 2-player game, each player will choose 2 heroes. And in a 3 or 4-player game, each player will choose 1 hero. So let's set up our first quest. The game manual contains a total of 5 quests. The first quest is called Famine in the Kingdom. 2 years of bad weather have caused a famine. People in the kingdom are hungry. Some traveling merchants have come with food to sell. But the king does not have any money to pay for the food. Now, there are ancient legends of underground mazes all across the kingdom with monsters and loot to be found. So the king has called upon the heroes to try to go into a maze and find enough loot to pay the merchants to save the kingdom from starvation. So that will be the goal. The setup for this will include using the maze tiles. The game has maze tiles, monster cards, loot cards, an assortment of standees, some standee bases, special 6-sided dice called maze dice. And the maze dice are simple. It's just 2 blank sides, 2 sides showing 1 pip, and 2 sides showing 2 pips, and an assortment of chits. I'm going to put the in tile here. The out tile will go on the other side, and I will set up the other 34 tiles in a 6x6 grid. Bing! Via the magic of film editing, I have quite instantaneously set up the tiles. I'm going to place our heroes on the in tile. My warrior has a fleet of 2. Fleet is movement ability. This is the symbol of the footprints, which means that my warrior can move up to 2 tiles in one move. Move first, then act. Always in that order. So I look at my hero, and my hero can move to an adjacent tile. Now, there are 3 tiles next to the in tile, but only 2 of them are adjacent. In this game, adjacent means that they share a full edge. So this tile is adjacent to the in tile, and this tile is adjacent to the in tile, but this tile that shares a corner is not adjacent. So my hero is going to move here, and now this must be flipped. I have used one fleet, and aha, I have a corner here. Now there cannot be a wall here, so I choose where to rotate it. I can put it here, or I can put it here. Now, if I put it here, I wind up with a dead end. So I'm going to put this here to let it open up into the maze. And I will put my hero right there. It is now time for a monster check. I take one maze die and I roll the die to see what happens. Ah, lucky me. I got 0. There are no monsters on this tile. I now have choices. I have only used one of my fleet, so I could move one more adjacent tile. I cannot move through the wall, so I could move here. Another choice that I have is to try to find loot on this tile. And remember that our goal is to bring back loot in order to buy food to save the kingdom. And the loot we're looking for in this quest is worth 50 moolah. Moolah is game units of money. Some loot is worth money and other loot is called gear. Loot worth money, or moolah, is called treasure. And loot that the heroes can use during the game is called gear. So I might loot some gear and I might loot some moolah treasure. So I'm going to try a find action by searching the tile. I will roll my maze die. Oh, I got a blank. Unfortunately, I didn't find anything. Had I rolled a 1 or a 2, I would draw that many loot cards, and then I would put that many lost chits on the tile. Let's take a look at some possibilities for loot. I have a handful of loot cards here that I want to show. This one is copper. Copper is worth moolah, and you can see it's 1M with the double strike through is our moolah symbol. So this is 1 moolah, would put us 1/50th of the way. If my hero had picked this up, it would go in my hero's pack, which is just next to the hero. A hero can carry any amount of treasure or gear in the hero's pack. This is a shield. This is what is called gear. Now, the gear must be worn. It says, this effect lasts while worn on an arm, and it gives 1 fend. So, for this, if my hero picks up this loot, then it goes on my arm, and I have stronger protection. I have more fend. A sharp sword. This is also gear. I can put this on my other arm, and I can gain 1 fence with that. Oh, here I have a ruby. This would be a fantastic thing to pick up for this quest because the ruby is worth 8 moolah. Ring of Power. And the Ring of Power gives the person who wears it 1 extra flame. But look, you can see tiny flame symbols next to the Ring of Power. And what this means is this is a magic item, a flame item that only heroes who have flame as a feature can use. My warrior does not have any flame, so my warrior would just have to put this in her pack and maybe give it to another hero during the game. Power Scroll. Power Scroll is what we call single-use gear. Again, it's a magic item, a flame item that only the wizards and worshippers will be able to use in this game. I can discard this card to gain +1 flame for this turn. It says this effect lasts for this turn only. Elixir of Friending. Now the elixirs are really cool. Again, these are single-use items and they can be used as a free action. You just discard the card. In this case, this effect is permanent. With an Elixir of Friending, I would gain 1 friend. So if my warrior took the Elixir of Friending, we would discard the card and reach into the chits, and I'd get 1 friend chit. And there, now my friend feature is 2, not 1. And that's for the rest of the game. It's a permanent effect for the game. Now I want to go through the name of the game, Maze of Monsters, Flee, Fight, or Fend. So let's move to my next turn. Of course, the other heroes would have taken their turns, but let's just look at the warrior again. The warrior is going to move to this tile. Okay, there are no walls here, so the way that I turn it doesn't matter. And now I'm going to roll my maze die. Oh, and it's blank. So my hero is going to continue moving toward the exit. I got another one, and let's see. I'm going to try to surround this one because there's a special rule about secret doors. I roll for a monster check. 1. So I turn over the top monster. It's a wolf. Dun, dun, dun. This is a point where I have a monster on the tile with me. So now I must choose one of 3 actions. I must flee. Flee means to run away my full fleet onto tiles that are already turned over. So I could go 1, 2 this way if I want to flee. Or I can fight, and a fight action will be explained in a bit. Or I can choose to friend. Make nice with the monster, and maybe the monster likes me and gives me some loot. I will probably choose to fight. My fence is 3. 1, 2, 3. So I get to fight with 3 maze dice. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at that. 2, 2, 2. That's the best roll I can get. That is 6 loss pips. 6 loss pips. Now the first thing we subtract is the monster's fend. But this wolf has no fend. There's no armor on this monster. So all the loss goes directly to the wolf. That would be 6 loss. 1, 2. Uh-oh. All of the wolf's fit is covered, so the wolf dies. I take the wolf off, and the wolf has 1 loot on its card. So I would draw a loot card. Let's see, what do I get? Oh, I got the copper. Yay! So that brings us closer to our goal for this quest. Now, let's say that instead of fighting the wolf, I decided I wanted to friend the wolf instead. The wolf has friend value here. I have 1, so I can only use 1 maze die. And the wolf has 1. So my roll must be higher than the monster's friend, which means I must get a 2. If I don't get a 2, I would fail. So imagine I didn't fight it. I tried to friend it instead. I didn't get the treasure. Oh, I got a 2. Oh, yay, the wolf is my friend. So now the cool thing is the wolf just goes away, comes off the tile, and gives me a parting gift. You get 1 loot card as a parting gift from your new friend. So I got the copper anyway. Yay! Now, let's say that the wolf was here, and instead of fighting or friending, I decided to flee. I want to flee so that my hero friends on the other tiles can attack it. So I run 1 to my full fleet distance into my other friends. Now, we check for the monster's reaction. If there's no pips, the monster does nothing. It just stays there on the tile. 1 pip, it chases for 1 tile, and 2 pips, it chases its full, up to its full fleet. And a wolf has a fleet of 3. 1. So the wolf chases here. Now this wolf is in our way, which might be a little bit dangerous. But as long as we don't go on that tile, that wolf will just sit there for the rest of the game. Okay, that's me discussing my game. It's available for download at drivethrurpg.com. What I am looking for, and my main reason for making this video, is I am looking for a professional game manufacturer company to take a look at my product, because I think it's a good product. I think it should be manufactured. And my current situation says I'm not going to do my own Kickstarter. I'm not going to go hire a professional artist, but I think this should have a full, properly done, properly conceived, complete product that comes in a box with everything properly manufactured. I would like for some company to pick this up. So if you work for a game company, or you know someone who works for a game company, please pass this along. Thank you. Bye-bye.